Good enough. Dang it, man. I pulled over to set up the camera, and then as soon as I pull out, I hit one of our monster potholes, and it gets all crooked. Ah, well, you can still see the bar, and that's the important part. What's up, everybody? What's happening? It's I don't know what day it is. Tuesday, Wednesday, something like that. Um, Joining us. I'm on California. Oh no way, that bump kind of fixed it. All right, all right. Um, in Hayward, California, on Highway 92, headed across. I'm headed westbound. So for those of you who've been watching for any length of time, I've done this bridge before. It's the San Mateo Bridge, but we've only done it at night, and now the sun's up. So I don't know. We hit it westbound. It'd be a slightly different view of a bridge. Differentiates itself from all my other videos drastically. Hold on, I gotta merge. And let me over? Yeah, buddy. All right. Anyway, this is a pretty long bridge, which is cool because I got kind of a long story. I want to share something that happened to me yesterday, and we'll get into it once we hit the toll plaza. You know the rules and regulations. We can't officially start bridge thoughts until we're on a bridge. Just ain't me, man. That's just those are YouTube rules. How's everyone else doing? Hopefully, hopefully you OTR people are on your way getting that home load, get home for Christmas. I hope. Or you staying out making that big money, but I don't think there's really big money over the Christmas weekend, man. I think it's time to go home. I don't know. No, I won't be home, will I? Dang it. That's all right. That's all good. All right, we are approaching the toll plaza. Oh man, those are closed. All right. Okay. There we go. Get that right lane. I don't know if I was technically supposed to take that lane. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. It did say wide loads, but I think they might have meant this one to my left. You know what? It's fine. These are unmanned now. They shut down all the toll booths during the pandemic or whatever, and laid all those people off, which is too bad because that used to be a good career type job you could do your whole life and get that government pension and all that stuff. But for whatever reason, they just didn't ever reopen. It's automated, so the chances of getting popped going through that lane, even if it isn't the correct one, are slim to none. So that's all good. Anyway, all right, we're officially on the bridge, so let's get this started. Dang, that mount is. I'm gonna need a new mount again. I'll put the Cash App in the description. Uh, they just wear out, man. I don't know. It's these bumpy roads. They just wear out these phone mounts quickly. Anyway, all right. So yesterday morning, I was waiting to get into a place, uh, and it's not a bad neighborhood. I got there about 6, and they let you park out there on the road, but they don't actually open till 7. And it's one of them places where they open big doors and you back inside of the building to receive, And so it's not a bad neighborhood really, but there, where you park at, it's right next to like a high-rise Section 8 government subsidized low income, whatever you want to call it, man. They're not really projects, but they're kind of, you know, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, but I don't feel like it's very dangerous or anything, but you just be a little bit aware of where you're at. So at about an hour, the sun hadn't come up yet. It was drizzling. It was a great opportunity to shut my eyes for a couple minutes. So I did that. I kind of kicked my feet over to the passenger side and put my sweatshirt behind my head and just, hey, cool, man. Set my alarm and I was like, I'll just wait, get a little rest in. That's all good. Um, and out of the corner of my ear, is that a thing? The corner of my ear, I heard someone talking. I heard a man's voice, and I thought, oh, it's probably someone walking by, because there's like a bus depot near there, so people get on and off the bus. It's whatever. But then I keep hearing him, and it sounds like he's right outside the truck, and I was like, oh man. So I opened my eyes, and there's a guy in his 20s, probably early to mid 20s. He's standing right next to the truck, right next to my passenger side steer, and he's talking. And I was like, oh man, he's like talking to himself, which is not that odd in the places I go. You know, you run into those people that kind of wander the streets, kind of having arguments, discussions with themselves, the voices in their head or whatever. And I was like, dang, that's kind of close for comfort, but I'm not going to get out and like confront this dude. He ain't doing nothing. He's just standing there talking to himself near the truck. It isn't, I mean, it's what, you know, I don't own that sidewalk. So then he comes around to the other side, and I couldn't see the dude because he's on the other side. I just heard his voice, you know. Um, Comes around to the other side, to my side, and starts staring at the steer tire, and he's talking. And I was like, well, this is kind of weird. But like I said, there's just not much point. What am I going to tell him? Like, hey, you can't stand there because that's not for me to say. It's just, I'm definitely not closing my eyes again because you never know what's going to happen, right? Anyway, I was kind of just minding my business, kind of whatever. And I hear him, and I thought he was kind of mumbling, and then I see the dude, and I'm like, nah, he doesn't look like someone on the street. He's like dressed pretty nice. Maybe he's on his Bluetooth. Maybe he's talking, and he doesn't realize I'm in the truck, and he's just kind of like wandering around doing whatever while he's on the phone. Because I think we all do that sometimes. And then not trying to ear hustle, whatever, but I heard him. He said something like axle seal, lug nuts, check for looseness, check for drips of rust. Well, what the? All right. So I rolled the window down. I said, "But man," he looks up real kind of quick. I was like, "Are you pre-tripping my truck?" And he starts laughing. He goes, "Bro, I'm in trucking school right now. Yeah, man, any opportunity I could get. I just figured while I'm waiting for my ride, I'd get a little practice in." I said, "Oh, fucking cool, dude. Right on." So we started talking, and it was interesting because I said like he was a younger dude and he's living in that whatever that situation, you know. So I'm trying to put words in the dude's mouth or nothing, but I don't think there's. I'm guessing he's not sitting on a ton of money, so he's trying to get up his game, up his lifestyle, and you know, get into the trucking, which is cool, man. Especially for a young person, right? It's a great way to earn a pretty good income, right? Without a lot of training or education, you don't have to apprentice, and you can get enter the workforce pretty quickly. So it's funny, man. All the stuff we talk about in these YouTube videos and on the Zello and whatnot, dude had the same questions, and I thought it was kind of cool. He goes, "Yeah, so what's up? Like, are you no touch?" And no, man, I touch everything. He goes, "Oh, really? Like, doesn't that suck?" Well, I mean, I don't know. It pays cool, and I get to go home every day. So for me, it's a good trade-off, and it keeps me from getting even fatter. He goes, "Oh, okay. Is it hard?" No, man, I got this pallet jack. It's cool, you know. And he's asking if you know, like get how to get hired places and just kind of just general questions for a guy just entering it. He goes, "Yeah, I'm in school and we got the instructor and they're really good, but they're not teaching us too much about the industry. So I've been trying to catch them during breaks and stuff and find out how it works because all they're really teaching us is how to pass the test." So yeah, no, I'm familiar with that, man, and that's pretty cool that you're going the extra mile to actually learn about the industry versus just be meat in the seat steering wheel holder, especially out of a younger person. You know what I mean? He goes, "Yeah," and I, I paid. How did he phrase it? He paid extra to go to a school that would get him in a manual transmission, so he wouldn't have that restriction, which I thought was awesome. I was, man, that's really good foresight on your part. On your part, you know, keep your options open. And he's saying eventually he wants to get it. He's all ideally, I think I want to do fuel hauling locally, long term, and work for one of those companies because I like working at night and I know it pays well and you won't get laid off for most parts. Dude, that's a good plan. He goes, but you know, they need a year experience. So what do you recommend to get started? So we talked about some of the local companies around here and some of the megas that have terminals around here and just kind of went over it a little bit. And he kind of looks, he goes, "Hey man, you ever think about going owner operator?" I said, "Yeah, bro, we all think about that. That's cool that you are." Me personally, my couple like little dipping my toe into that water taught me enough to know that the lifestyle changes I'd have to make to accommodate that weren't really right for me um, at that time, at least. I mean, never say never, but I got a pretty good gig going on right now, and the money's cool, and you know the responsibility levels aren't what they would be running my own truck. So that's where I'm at. But I'm not telling you if your situation might be different, man. If you don't have a lot of monthly expenditures and whatnot, you feel comfortable getting out there and taking that risk, but bro, go ahead, you know. And that's what he's saying. I told him, man, shop the insurance because I don't know if you've looked into that at all. Like, definitely shop the insurance because that's not going to be easy with a fresh license and no experience driving and all that. I think we've all seen that happen out here. But he had some ideas. It was cool. I just it sounded like the dude really done his research, or was trying to at least. You know, he was in the steps of it. And he talked a little bit about doing port work because we are, right by Port of Oakland. You see me be down there. Like, yeah, I want to get my TWIC, that, and then I see he turned me on to something too. You can always learn, man. You can always learn. So it's good to listen to everyone's opinions or their their perspectives, right? He's all there's group chats you get in on, and there's Facebook groups that you kind of talk to other owner operators out of the port. He's on it. If you're cool in there, you kind of start talking, getting to know, familiar with the guys. They'll let you in on their group chats, which I assume is on Messenger. I don't know. It might be on the phone. It don't really matter. He's all, and that's how you start getting the good containers. You're not sitting at the port all day and grossing $200, in 14 hours or whatever. Oh shoot! See, that's something I'd never heard about. I didn't know that. I know they got load boards for it. They got brokers for it, but the owner operators got their own little clicks, and if you're in, you're in. That's some kind of cool knowledge. Anyway, so eventually he was waiting on an Uber. So he's all right, man. My ride's here. I gotta go. Nice talking to you. I say, yeah, you too, man. Good luck to you. So maybe I'll see him around sometime. I hope I do, man. I hope I see him out on the road. You know what I mean? That's To me, that's the kind of person I'm really excited about. Still being interested in being a truck driver, not a lot of the other guys that you see come, or guys and girls, who have people you see come in that just look at it just whatever. It's just a job. It's just easy to do, and they don't have any kind of like passion for it. They don't have a lot of interest in figuring out how it works or different branches of the industry. So that was kind of fun, man. Um, I didn't ask him anything about YouTube. I should have. I should have asked. Should have taken a small survey. Like, oh man, I'm sure you watch some YouTube on trucking. Who do you watch? I didn't ask, man. I should have, but that's all right. Um, so we've hit some traffic. That wasn't as long a story as I thought. That's the whole story, man. I just thought I'd share it. That there's still some people. So I guess what I took away from it is, I try to be open when you meet people out there. You never know someone's situation or whatever, or what common ground you might have. And I hope as a driver, if you have the opportunity to share some insight with someone thinking about getting into it, that seems like they'd be one of us and not some of the other people that are just kind of making it suck out here. I think it'd be pretty cool if you're take a minute out of your day to try to share with them and kind of lead them down the best path that you know how to. Um, that was the other funny one we were talking about. He's like, man, I'm scared to downshift on a hill. I said, yeah, bro, but if I could do it, you could do it. And you seem pretty confident. I think he's gonna do really well out here. Um, I didn't catch dude's name. I should have, but it's whatever. Hopefully, I see him around. It kind of made my day, though. You know what I mean? I run into a lot of in the Bay Area and all of Northern California where I'm at, and where I go. Uh, you run into a lot of tech people that are probably very, very book smart and computer smart, but common sense isn't their thing. But they do make a ton of money at a young age, and I just don't have a lot to relate to them on. And then you run into a lot of, I don't know, just derelict type, yeah, I'm sure you've all seen what some of the streets in some of the cities around here look like, and just people that are just out here, they'd sooner rob you than talk to you. You definitely, there's that element. Um, it was cool to just run into someone who just coincidentally was super into trucking just out of nowhere, like actually excited about it. Obviously, I talked to plenty of other truckers, but you know how it is when two truckers meet up. You just complain about trucking for the most part. Just talk about how we're getting screwed. Even if you like your gig, whatever you're doing at the moment, you still got to complain about it. That's just how we do it. Anyway, I got nothing for this. Is a long bridge. I don't have a whole lot. I'll probably make it to the top, maybe. That'll be about it. I forget how tall this sucker is. It ain't that tall. 148 feet. I think I've looked it up before. It sound about right. I wish there wasn't all this traffic. I'll have to do another one sometime. Where this drops me off uh, is Foster City. which is a small town that's only really right by the water. But then you start driving through all of the tech industry, I guess. Apple's headquarters, or at least their headquarters for here. Google's main headquarters, YouTube's building, Firefox, or no, not Firefox. There's a few. Pretty much any of those little apps on your phone, their headquarters are where I'm going right now, or where I'm going to be driving through at least. So it's kind of interesting, I guess. Sort of. I don't know. Keeps me in business. Those people buy food. I haul food, so works for me for now. Um, not super truck friendly, believe it or not. A lot of places, if you have to go, they have those. You gotta be in a commercial vehicle. You can't be on the road after 7 a.m. Even though it's industrial, full of warehouses and stuff. I don't know who passed that rule. It seems like you'd want warehouses to be able to receive stuff, but I don't know, man. That's beyond. I guess people with all that money, they get to do what they want. If they don't want to have to deal with trucks, I guess that's just how it goes. Anyway, all right, I'll probably make one more. If I for some reason don't, I hope everyone has a great Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you happen to celebrate, or even if you don't care about any of that, you just get the time to hopefully see some family or other people that matter to you. Um, good for you. I will hopefully catch up with you by the end of the week, but if not, I'll catch up with you maybe next year. You know what I mean? All right, that's about it. Y'all have a good one.